Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a little bit here. It's another Division 3 topic, as you can tell by the title. If you're new, you may not know that I'm in the camp that believes that until proven otherwise, I'm fully confident that Division 3 is coming eventually. I'm not saying it's coming next year or even the year after, but given the recent announcement of the building of a Division universe that Ubisoft is attempting, I think that, at the earliest, maybe 2024, 2025, we could see a Division 3 release. I think that once Massive is wrapped up with the majority of their development on Avatar and Star Wars, we will see that they begin to work on that again on the main Division franchise. And to say it wouldn't be profitable is crazy. I mean, Division 1 and 2 both set records, or at least Division 1 did. And they were both very profitable games. That's part of why we are now getting a Division universe. And so I think it's pretty much confirmed that eventually Division 3 will come. What form, when, that's all up in the air, still. But I think eventually it will come. So in light of that assumption on my part, I've had this idea kind of nagging at the back of my mind. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think that it's something worth talking about because I think it could certainly turn out to be true. And if it did, I would be really bummed. But I think it's something that I want to discuss with you guys and get your thoughts on. So what am I talking about? Well, it came from the recent discussions and projects within the Division universe, notably the Division Heartland, which is the free-to-play game coming from Red Storm Entertainment that is supposedly coming before the Division 2's new content, which would suggest by the end of the year, and then the Division Battle Cats, if it's real. If you don't know what that is, there was a leak a few weeks ago about an Overwatch-style hero shooter with some of the villains from the Division universe, as well as Ghost Recon and Splinter Cell, kind of a crossover game like that. That's first-person, PvP, like I said, hero shooter similar to Overwatch. And so what do those have in common? Both PvP, like I just said. I mean, we don't know that Heartland is PvP, but I think that everyone has pretty much seen those leaks by now. So, yeah. Both PvP projects. And so in light of that, what is recognized to be one of Massive's greatest weaknesses when it has come to developing the first two Division games? I think that is pretty clearly PvP development and balancing. It was always at its best when Red Storm was tending to it and when they were kind of working in tandem, like the Division 1.7, which is what me and many others agree to be the best point of Division PvP ever up to this day. It was at a point where there was a really good balance across the game between gear sets not being OP. Classifieds were just being introduced, but the ones that were in so far weren't really OP. People could use them, but they weren't, so much more powerful than the other options that they were just out of control. Exotics were in a good place. You could make a lot of hybrid builds. That was pretty much why it was so good, is because there was kind of a class of builds you could make called hybrid builds, but there were so many different ways you could do it to fit your own playstyle to make it more fun, and they were all viable, and they were all really strong. And so that, to me and a lot of other people, is the biggest point of balance. The time to kill was relatively quick, but there were still ways to have survivability and good timing and masterful mechanics, so all of that. And like I said, that and other good, relatively good points of Division PvP were when Red Storm was developing it for Massive, or at least, in partnership with them, but I think the majority was done by them. And so not only is it possible that Red Storm will still be developing and updating Heartland when the Division 3's development begins, but I've kind of begun to wonder, is the plan for Massive to remove PvP from the Division 3 since these other projects in the universe are going to offer it? Like I said, it's a pretty bummer idea for us PvP fans, and I would certainly be opposed to that because I love PvP in the Division franchise. That's kind of the main reason why I play it. But the reason I made this video is I think it's a legitimate reality that we may need to prepare for. I have little doubt that the majority of Massive's developers would actually appreciate this change. I think a lot of them and many players in the community, kind of see PvP and PvE balancing as kind of this insurmountable challenge. Personally, I think there are a lot more simpler solutions than many seem to think there could be to solving this long-term problem that they've had. I think there are a lot of things that could have been implemented a long time ago, and I'm not going to get into all that too much because that's kind of a different topic. But anyway, that feeling that it's kind of an unbeatable challenge is one that I think a lot of the devs hold regarding PvP in the main Division games, in Division 1 and 2. And so, yeah, I just want to propose and hear your guys' thoughts on if you think the presence of Heartland, Battle Cats, and maybe other Division PvP projects would prompt PvP removal from the eventual Division 3. There's one caveat, though, that gives me a bit of hope in this regard, and that's that even Massive has to know that the Dark Zone is extremely popular. I feel like a a lot of the long-term recognition and success of the Division franchise can be attributed to the Dark Zone. It was one of, aside from the setting and story of the Division 1, it was kind of the most iconic and unique aspect of that game and of the franchise. And so as of now, none of these other projects that are upcoming in the Division universe seem to be a standalone Dark Zone experience. Again, Heartland, looking at you, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that. And so, if nothing like that gets announced before we start hearing about the Division 3, then there may be some hope. Because I think if they were to try and remove the DZ from Division 3 without a spin-off providing a similar experience, then I think that they would run into a lot of trouble and a lot of backlash from the fans, especially the PvP fans of the franchise, and even those more, I don't know if I want to say casual, but the audience that likes PvE but still enjoys the threat and the presence of the Dark Zone, I feel like there would be a large percentage of people in the Division community that would not be happy with a decision like that. Like I said, if there was not some sort of similar experience offered in a spin-off, which as of right now, it doesn't seem like there is. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for now, guys. Just a quick little video. Just want to get this idea out there and hear your guys' thoughts on it, because as far-fetched as it may seem, I wonder if we may be headed towards a reality where the Division 3 doesn't feature PvP. Like I said, it would be a sad day, but one I feel we may need to prepare for nonetheless. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. As I just said, leave your thoughts and reactions to the ideas I presented in this video down below. Do you think it's possible that they would dare to remove PvP from the mainline Division games, or is that just too risky of a move for them to take? As I said before, I would certainly not be in favor of this. The DZ remains my favorite Division experience of all time, and it was a large part of why I fell in love with the game in the first place. But ultimately, I don't make the decisions behind the scenes, so I question if this is a route that those in charge may be headed towards. But yeah, thank you again everyone so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold out.